Good morning, and welcome. I'm going to do a two-part video today. Part one is an update on how I'm doing with my positivity and how because I haven't done an update in 2 weeks. Now the second part of the video is going to be a little sensitive. So if you're timid, or I mean it's kind of hard to talk about this type of thing, but I think it needs to be talked about. It's one of those questions that people, want to know. If you're on this kind of treatment, the hormone treatment, I can't say it any other way than that, so we'll get to it. Well, 2 weeks ago, I drew a line in the sand. God said, enough of this, looking it up, I'm worried about, I studied, I read all kind of doctor pages, and I watched all kind of guys' videos, and a shout out to Jason at Prostate Cancer, Road to Recovery, and Jim on his Zoom meetings, and a few others too that I watched. They've really helped me a lot through this. My positivity has been wonderful. My spirit is very strong. I'm very positive. I really have a good outlook now. I feel like I have a future. My problem is my body's not keeping up with that. It's done pretty good. My pain is down quite a bit, except if I breathe. So, I know. I'm even feel less timid to walk around and do things. We have 11 steps to get upstairs. We moved our desks upstairs because we had to move my bed down to the kitchen because I couldn't get up the stairs at first. I can make it to about the 7th stair before I'm done. I gotta stop. I gotta catch my breath. I can't even talk. I mean, that's how much fatigue I have. Exhaustion. And it takes me a minute or so to catch my breath to get up the last couple steps. And my goal is to see if I can get up those steps. I did it once, but I got to the top of the stairs. I couldn't even talk. I had to sit down. It was minutes before I could even catch my breath to talk even. So that is a goal. I'll know when I'm doing a lot better when I get that far. I notice I really have to push myself for incentive. I'd rather stay in the house and make cookies than go out and work on my truck. And I'm sure that has a lot to do with the medication, not the cancer. It's just, I was off the Tamasuline for a week and a half. I'm back on it again. I'm having some incontinence problems. So I'm back on that again. I had stopped all my herbs completely, bang. I'm back on them again this morning. My physical body needs it. It's just needs it. I don't know how to explain it. My feeling is I need that extra boost to help my body heal. It gives me the strength to keep going. But I feel great. I feel like, other than being fatigued and exhausted, my spirit is good. I'm strong. I have no fear right now. Positive outlook. Yes, thank you, dear. That's what I'm looking at right now, is a positive outlook. I have 2 weeks before my next injection, an appointment with the oncologist. I'm still having my blood works done every 2 weeks. I haven't heard anything in the last two blood tests. I have another one next week. So I think that's a good sign, because usually when they're bad, I hear from them. So I think things are positive. Like, this is 9 months since my diagnosis. So I do think that, I don't know where I'm at. I don't know, and I don't really care what they say, what the doctor says I'm at. I'm feeling stronger. I'm feeling better. I think I'm going to keep my positive attitude, and we'll see how it goes. I will do another update after my injection. I hear from the oncologist to see how my PSA is doing, my testosterone and stuff like that. So keep watching, and if you have questions, let me know, and I can only tell you what I know and what I've done. I've read a lot, but I don't know exactly. I mean, you don't know unless you feel it, unless you've done it. You know, that's all I can say. Now, part 2. Now, as the title says, this is going to be a tough conversation, and I put it bluntly. Dealing with chemical castration. They call it ADT, androgen deprivation therapy, or hormone therapy. Because they don't like the way it sounds, what it is. It's life-changing. It's like a decision you have to make. I struggled with the decision. I prayed and asked God, and He said the doctors were there to help me. So I've been doing what He said, what they've said to letter. So far, we'll see. Every time we get something new coming up, we'll pray about it. We'll talk about it. Like I say, I've had a lot of reading done and stuff. So first of all, I'm on what they call Generation 1 and Generation 2. Generation 1, I believe, is the one that stops your prostate from producing testosterone. And Generation 2, I believe, from what I've read, it stops your other organs from producing testosterone. I don't know if it's your adrenal. I think it's the adrenal glands. I don't remember at the moment. That's another problem. I'll get into that too. So I'm on the injections. I'm on the pills. I'm on prednisone. Well, it's prednisone side effects alone. First of all, it's a terrible pill. It's a tiny little pill, but man, you got to get that sucker down fast because, man, it's a terrible pill. The abiraterone, the second generation pills, are large, and they kind of knock the wind out of me for a little bit for an hour or so. They're pretty strong stuff. I take 1,000 milligrams. The first generation is a Zoladex. I take that as an implant injection into the gut every 3 months. Not the 84 days. I believe I'm taking it every 3 months. Yeah, it's like somebody hit you with a baseball bat. I usually put ice packs on and stuff like that, but another subject. Okay.
Now, Todd.
Yeah.
Doesn't it make a difference whether it's 84 days and 90 days?
That's what I'd like to know. I'd like to ask my oncologist. A lot of guys are talk about that. Why? It should be 84 days. That's what it says on the thing. That the doctors just call it 3 months. So I don't know.
Because you struggle with the last 6 days not having it.
I do. I do find that's my worst time is the last few days of the last week of that period. So I don't know if it affects me that much. We'll see. The next week before I'll watch to see what happens to me again, and I'll ask him about that. First thing you notice on this treatment is your sexual interest is gone. After you've been on it for a while, there's zero. For me, anyways, it wiped it right out. It was gone. I mean, beautiful woman could walk by and you wouldn't notice her. It doesn't matter anymore. It's gone. There's no interest in that at all, and it takes away intimacy in your life. It doesn't affect your love for your wife, but the intimacy is gone completely. It's non-functionable anymore. You don't wake up with it like, you know what I mean? It's non-functioning, and that can affect your family life. In some people, it's the wife and I are deeply in love, and we've been together for a long time, and we're not spring chickens anymore. But I imagine the younger people, it could affect their marriage. And I can imagine it's hard to deal with. I've been so blessed with the woman that I have in my life that, that's not been a serious problem. Because we're best friends. We'd rather spend all day together than be around other people. So it is. It's really life-changing. The fatigue, like I say, I talked about going up the stairs. The fatigue is terrible. The incentive, just wanting to lay down and just curl up in bed and that's it. You don't want to even get out of bed. You don't want to do anything. You got to push yourself.
Aren't you a ray of sunshine?
Oh, I know. I'm sorry. I said this was going to be a tough thing to talk about because it's life. It's reality. They can say, "Oh, go out and jog. Walk and get out." I can't jog. Not allowed. My bones. I've had a lot of fractures and stuff. I have to be very careful. My hips now are getting sore. So I mean, it's the incentive, the spirit. You need to have something in your life. I'm so lucky to have God in my life. Jesus and the Holy Spirit. It gives me the encouragement to keep going, the strength. It would be so easy to fall into depression. It is terrible drugs. I'm back to nightmares again. I'm back to insomnia again. It goes in periods by the look of it. I was bad for a while, and then it got not too bad, and now I'm back into it again.
But you stopped taking the herbs.
Yes, and I don't know if it was because I stopped taking the herbs that I've gotten the nightmares and the insomnia back. So it brings you down for the whole day because you haven't slept. And I'm better now, but there was a period, I'd say the first month or so that I was on the abiraterone. I was cranky, put it mildly. At any moment I'd flare up. Hot flashes. Cold 1 minute. Got to take the sweaters all off, right down to nothing in the next minute. It's just hard to deal with.
Welcome to our world.
And that's why I am going to hopefully do a video in the next few days. I'm going to ask my wife to get involved. I want her to tell what it was like to go through this with me to this point so far. And I'm hoping that this is my road, as Jason would say, my road to recovery. I know I have high volume metastatic, which is spread to my lymph nodes, my bones, who knows, my bladder, my no longer my bowel. Praise the Lord. My lymph nodes actually they feel like they've come down, but they were swelled up so much I thought I had hernias. And it was actually that my lymph nodes were swollen so high in my groin, it felt like I had hernias. So that they feel better. They feel better. I have pain in my back, my ribs, my neck, my shoulder, but it's only 4 or 5 now, so that's tolerable. So it is a lot tolerable. I mean, it's been, and I can't even think of, like say, oh yes, that's another thing. Thank you. The hormone therapy gets rid of your testosterone, which I've learned now is what's causing my clouded mind, my memory loss, my mix-up of words. It's frustrating, to put it mildly. It's frustrating. But if you know these symptoms before you get into this, you know it's normal. But when you've never... I was a wellness machine. I believed that I was healthy, so I was healthy. And this has been a tough road for this one. It has been. It's been a tough road with this one. Stay strong. You need people to talk to. You need other people to talk to. Especially people that's been in this, maybe not even the same cancer, but they've dealt with cancer. That's just, the treatments are hard. They're very hard. And right now, I don't see a window opening yet. I mean, I'm getting better, I'm feeling better, and I'm hoping it gets to a point where I can just say enough of your treatments. And we'll see how that goes. They know I say I only got a couple options left. Because as soon as my PSA starts to go nuts again, I'm sure they're going to throw chemo at me or radium, and we'll see what we're going to do from there. And I know from the research I've done, I know what I believe, and I'll see what they tell me, whether they tell me different than research I've done. If it's only going to buy me a little bit of time, I don't know if it's worth the... Well, we'll deal with that when it comes. We'll talk about that when it comes. And that's it. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. But I'm going to stay positive. I thought I had to tell you what to watch for, what to look out for. Yeah, it's not a smooth road after. I mean, you know, a lot of guys have had it worse than I have. And a lot of you are not quite this far along yet, but a lot of you are going to end up this far along. I'd like to say, oh, you're going to be fine 5, 10, 15, 20 years, but some of you aren't. Some of you are going to come to this step. When your prostate cancer has spread, metastasized to your lymph nodes, to your bones, we'll say your lungs, your liver, or even your brain.
If the herbs help you again, though, tell them what they are.
I have a list of all my herbs on my videos. And I will tell you, because I mean, I've been off them for 2 weeks, and it's, this morning I said, my wife and I discussed it, and yes, I got to go back on them. I was feeling better taking them. I think my body needed the extra boost to help on the medications I'm taking. And I do think it's made a difference. I know it's made a difference. Well, take care. Don't give up. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. And please subscribe so I know there's actually somebody out there watching these. And God bless.